In this segment with Chris Thompson, we talk about Joe Walsh and how he's one of the funniest men that Chris has ever met, toilet paper, and Groucho Marx. He'll explain.
Funniest guy in the world, Joe Walsh. Tell you, the funniest guy in the world. He came to a party. I had somebody call me and said, I've got to babysit Joe Walsh when his guitar ready. What can I do? And I said, well, I'm having a party tonight. Do you want to bring him to the party? So he said, fantastic, I'll bring him to the party. So knock on the door, 10:30 or 11 or something like that. I opened the door. I wish I could remember the guitar roadie's name. Anyway, I can't. And standing beside him was Joe Walsh with a Groucho Marx mask on and a camera. And he came in and he took photos of everybody at the party with the Groucho Marx mask on, which is crazy because everybody looks the same. I said, what are you doing that for? No, it's for my album. I'm doing an album of Groucho Marx, everybody. So anyway, about 2:00 in the morning, just before he had to go, because he was leaving Alan. That's another name will come to it. Anyway, so he was the life of the party, having fun, drinking, being a fantastic guy, as he is, amazingly funny. And anyway, so he had to go have a pee before he left, and he'd gone. Anyway, so when I went into the bathroom where the toilet was, I noticed the toilet roll had gone. He had taken the toilet roll, blow his nose or something like that, but he took the whole toilet roll. So anyway, so I can't remember how long after that, was maybe 6 years or 7 years, we do the Guitar Heroes with Joe. And I could tell you stories, so many with Joe on that particular day. But anyway, this one, the night before the gig, I'm sitting with Brian at the bar, we're having a drink, and we'd been waiting for Joe. He didn't turn up to rehearsals in London, and he hadn't turned up to rehearsals that day either. And everybody was freaking out. Brian was sitting there all upset. And anyway, the next minute, hey, Brian, my man. It's Joe. Hey, how you doing, man? And Brian says, well, really great to see you, man. You missed rehearsal. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Plane was delayed. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're sitting there. We have a beer and everything like that. And Brian says, Joe, this is Chris Thompson. Do you know Chris Thompson? And Joe said, yeah, I stole the toilet roll from his bathroom. I stole the toilet roll from his bathroom.
He remembered that?
He remembered that. And I spoke to him afterwards about it, and I was saying, Joe, how can you possibly remember that? He said, man, I can't do his accent, but he said, I made a fortune out of pretending to be drunk. I said to him, how do you remember you be so drunk? I made a fortune out of pretending to be drunk or stoned or whatever. What a guy. What a guy.
In the Beatles documentary, when Joe's the guy who says something, the most poignant thing I've ever heard in my life about music. He says, when you're in it, it seems like you're I'm paraphrasing. It seems like you're in a tornado. Everything's flying all over the place. But when you look back, it's like a fine-tuned opera when you look back at it in hindsight. Yeah. It's amazing how life can be, because again, when we're young, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have more from Chris Thompson in the next few days. And if you're a member of our Patreon, you'll get access to the entire interview in the next few days. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos on social media. We love it when you do that. We appreciate that. Join us every Friday for Friday Night Live. Sometimes we have guests. We always have a good topic. But if you want to support the channel, there are links in the description. You can join our Patreon as mentioned. You can make a donation, buy a t-shirt, spread the word. We'd appreciate that. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.